Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for attending my virtual Executive Lead Member for Children's Services Decision Day. This Decision Day is being webcast on YouTube via the County Council website. So if we go down to the agenda, we have no deputations. We have one key decision, which is the first item, and that's approval to spend new procurements. And I believe that Suzanne is presenting that today.
That's right. So following your briefing, Councillor Chad, there's been confirmation that the procurement arrangements that we're seeking to put in place will be for Hampshire County Council and the Isle of Wight Council, and this paper seeks approval for the Hampshire County Council spend under the contract that we'll be putting in place. At the time of your briefing, we were waiting to confirm whether Portsmouth and Southampton councils would like to participate, but you'll see that they've not been named in the report, so we'll be proceeding on that basis. So this report is simply seeking that approval to spend once the contract's in place.
Okay, thank you. I have no further questions other than those that I asked at the briefing. Does anyone else have any questions that they would like to ask or any comments they'd like to make? Nope. So if we go straight to the agenda item, the recommendation, which is item 3 in the paper, and I'm happy to approve the spend for the care support of the children with a disability contract for the total period of 6 years. Okay. Thank you, everyone. And that moves us on to our next item for today, which is the non-key decision of savings programmes to 2023 and revenue savings proposals. And Steve, you're presenting.
So, Chair, I'm not going to walk you through all of this because we're all conscious that we've had a pre-scrutiny session this morning where the paper was properly looked at. It's gone through in quite some detail. And there was a due and proper debate on the issue in due course, and I know that Select Committee voted to take this forward. So other than that, Chair, I don't propose to say anything. The details of the proposals are outlined clearly in the paper.
Thank you, Steve. And yeah, I would absolutely agree with you that the Select Committee today really did do a thorough job of scrutinising this paper. And with that in mind, there are a couple of things that I would like to just bear in mind with this paper. One of the comments was about the previous budget figures, and I'd like to make sure that that document is available within the pack. And I think Jackie has already actually added that one to the list, because it quite rightly it does make it easier to see the difference and where we're making those savings.
Yeah, the presentation from Select Committee is now an additional appendix to your pack on the web.
And the key thing were the 2 pie charts, which we extrapolated the tables into a pie chart, just made it easier to see and understand. I think that was all that was there, so that will help members of the public to read that and understand it, I think.
Absolutely brilliant, and they're on the first couple of slides, aren't they, as well? Slides. Brilliant. The second thing I'd like to add to this, if possible, and I will come to the recommendation in a minute, is obviously subject to the Cabinet's decision on this going forward, as it's got to be ratified by the Cabinet. I really would like to make sure that those families that are part of the Furval closure, that I'm kept regularly updated in regards to the progress of that, and just to make sure that goes as smoothly for those individuals as possible.
Thank you, Chair. I think that's a really helpful suggestion. We can incorporate that into, whilst we can't obviously put their individual details into the public domain, we can brief you regularly on that as we go along. So I'm very happy if you want to add that as either a note or a recommendation, Jackie. I'd be advised on how to deal with it in terms of the recommendation. But I think as a principle, it's absolutely what we should be doing.
Yeah, we can add that as an additional recommendation. I'll just take some advice from my legal colleague.
Sorry, Jackie, I'm in the office. It's a bit slow here. Yes, that's absolutely fine to add an additional recommendation around that. Should we agree the wording offline, or do you want to do that now?
I don't mind either way. I'm happy for you to agree the wording offline.
Yeah,
the principle is clear, isn't it? That what we want to do, yeah, and what you want to achieve. So I'm sure we can do that offline if everybody's in agreement with that.
Yeah. Okay. I have no further questions or comments about that paper. Do any of my colleagues have any questions or comments they'd like to make about the?
It's fine with me.
Brilliant. Okay, so that brings me nicely to the recommendations which are on page 15. Give me a second. And it's paragraph 2, which is to approve the submission of the proposed savings options contained in this report in Appendix 1 to Cabinet. I'm very happy to do that.
Okay.
So thank you all for attending my decision day, and can the webcast please be stopped?